you talked a bit about surrounding yourself with people and then like figuring out, I guess, your goals based on everyone around you. But something Mark talked about fairly extensively in his book was social media. And so part of the problem with judging your behavior off of others nowadays is you can surround yourself with weird groups of people, and there are like 100,000 of them that will agree with you.
Yeah, Mark, you talked about that a little bit more in Everything is Fucked, your book about hope, about the effect of social media and its destabilizing effect. And I mean, I've seen that happen more and more over recent years where, we just, as Mikhaila pointed out, we just discussed the fact that you can use other people's opinions to help you defend yourself against your own foolish excesses. But now that can go astray very badly because you can go online and no matter what conspiratorial or paranoid twist your thinking has happened to take, you can find a group of people, a large group of people who share your viewpoint and who provide all sorts of evidence that it's true. And so I don't know of any hard data on this, but I've certainly seen a rise in conspiratorial and paranoid thinking among my family members and friends, and I think in the broader community as well over the last year. And that means one of the mechanisms that serves as a corrective for us has gone astray, at least in part because of this new technology.
But was the moon landing really real, though?
Well, that exactly.
I mean, I haven't seen hard data either, but I did see something that said that the Flat Earth Society has grown by like 1,200% over the last few years.
Wow.
And to me, that just kind of says everything, right?
Right. That's a really good example.
If you were a flat earther 50 years ago, all your friends and family would kind of laugh at you and tell you you're ridiculous and you'd move on with your life. But now, there's all sorts of communities and groups and YouTube channels that you can hop onto and they'll sit there and tell you that you're right.
Was it Mrs. Krabappel on The Simpsons who told Ralph that the children were right to laugh at him?
Yes.
Yeah, well, one of the things I argue for in my new book, which is called Beyond Order, is that we frequently outsource the problem of sanity. For the psychoanalysts, for example, and for most clinical psychological thinkers, sanity was a characteristic of the integrity of your own psychological structures, or maybe even the health of you as an organism. But I think that that misses an important source of sanity, and that is that if you behave reasonably well, so if you're reasonably well socialized and you can hold your tongue and not be too annoying to others and maybe occasionally helpful, then you'll be surrounded by other people and they will hint to you continually when you're going off on a inappropriate tangent. And everyone knows people who can't take a social hint. When I've taught seminars, for example, at the university, there'll be 20 kids, 20 students in the seminar, and there's almost invariably one of them who is completely opaque to social cues and who will kill a conversation stone dead within seconds of entering it because they don't know how to play the game properly. And they're not functioning well, not so much because their internal psychic structure doesn't have the appropriate integrity, but because they can't avail themselves of social cues. They're not acceptable to others, and so they can't benefit from the collective intelligence of the group, which is generally, but not always, telling you how to be sane. Now, it doesn't always work because sometimes the group goes insane, and then the same person is the person. Yeah, everybody. And well, you see that very often. You saw that in Nazi Germany, for example, and you see that in these conspiratorial groups that are popping up everywhere as well now.